Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking once again about patch 11.0.7 and I will show you more new rewards that we will get during this patch, including a lot more new Timewalking rewards and also a lot of other Transmogs, cosmetics and mounts. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'm not going to go through all the items I already mentioned, so I published two of them, one specific for the new mounts and one specific for the new Transmog items. So I would recommend you to go watch these. And then this third video really completes with all the new items that were also dynamited recently. Okay, so let's start with the first mount on our list, and this is the Broadlean of Sinestra. So this is one of the new Timewalking mounts you will be able to buy from the vendor for 5,000 of the different Tamra badges, and this is linked to the Cataclysm event, so you will need to wait for Timewalking Cataclysm to be up to buy this new mount. So this mount is nothing really special. It looks a lot like the two other mounts that we got from the Sanctum of Obsidian Sanctum, as you can see. Still, this is something that is new, so if you just want to add some new mounts to your collection, at least you can easily buy this one from the vendor and add it. But again, I think this one is a little bit disappointing overall. After that, we have the Copper Main Killen. So this is a new of this defined Killen flying mount. This one will be flying like the Collector Edition one. And you will be able to buy it for 5,000 of the different Tamra badges during the Mist of Honor Timewalking event. So again, nothing too special here, but at least this is a nice Recolored mount. And most of the other Killian's mounts that we got in BFA and also through Mist of Honor Remix are not flying. And so at least this one will be flying as well. After that, we have the Nightfall Sky River. So this is a new armored chimera. This is a recolored version of the mount you were able to get back in War of the Genre for completing the Flight Path achievement. And so you will be able to buy it for 5,000 of the Tamra badges during the War of the Genre Timewalking event. So again here, nothing too excited. At least this is a good recolor because we don't have a lot of these different armored chimera in the game. But again, I think the colors are not really that interesting, and overall, I'm not sure a lot of players are really going to use this mount. But then we got lucky with the Timewalking event for Legion, because here, as you can see, you will be able to buy for 5,000 Tamra badges the Ur'zul Flesh Ripper, which is the recolored version of the Shackled Ur'zul from Argus in Mythic difficulty. And I actually really think that this version looks better. I always preferred this version, and it was that I minded early back in Legion, and so I was really hoping that at some point we could get it. And so finally you will be able to buy it for 5,000 of the different Tamra badges. So here I think this is a really nice addition, and especially if you're someone who is very unlucky like myself and you still don't have this one, then you can definitely get another one of these models and you won't have to struggle with RNG and with this raid forever. So this one is a really nice addition. We're also getting one more of the new broom mounts, so we have in total 4 of them coming into the game, and so there is one that will be a rare drop from the boss from the Love is in the Air event. Then we also have 2 that will be from the in-game shops, as you can see, the purple and blue versions. And then we also have this red version right here, which I think looks super cool. As you can see, this is this model right here, and so this one will be available from the trading post. So this is, in my opinion, a really nice mount. And overall, I do love these new broom mounts. So let me know in the comments what you think about this one. But in my opinion, the red version is my favorite one. So this is a really nice mount. Now we also have more of the different transmog sets that will be added into the game. And normally these ones should be dropping from the Siren House. So first we have this one right here. This is a recolored version of one of the different sets you were able to get back in BFA through the different island expeditions. So we have this one for cloth players. Then we have this one for leather players. I don't think this one really looks that good. Then we have this one for male players. And this is something we already got a few recolored versions of these sets, especially through the trading post. And then we also have the plate version. And again, here we also got some recolored version through the trading post. So again, we don't really know how exactly you will be able to get these, but at least we know you will be able to get them during this patch in the new zone, the Siren Owl. After that, we also have some new Goblin team sets. So these are normally cosmetic sets. So first we have this one right here, as you can see. Then we have this one, which is interesting. I think the shirt is definitely an interesting one. We also have this one right here, and then finally this one. So again, here, I would say nothing really too special, but at least these are new armors, so you can always decide to use them and maybe like create your own transmog set. And you also have this color right here for the cloth one. And then finally, we also have a few new pirate sets. And so again, these ones, I'm not sure if they will be available through the Siren Isle or through Plunderstorm, but at least I think these ones look pretty cool. So as you can see, we have this one right here, the red version, which I think looks really, really nice. Then we have this over version, and we also have this one. And this one I'm not a big fan, but really the red one I think looks super cool. We're also getting some new Dwarf and Earthen cosmetics. So here, as you can see, for instance, we have the Archivist right here. So you have these two sets, and I think, yeah, they look pretty nice. Then after that, we also have the Artisan one. So you have this one, which is the black and yellow version, and then this is the more green version right here. Then we have the Explorer one right here. So you have, again, the darker version and then the green version. We also have the Awakened Machinists, which is this one right here with the helm and everything. This is, again, the yellow version, and then we have the green version right here. And we also have the Awakened Peacekeeper. So this one is very interesting. I do like the helm a lot. And then we also have this over version right here. And finally, we also have the Awakened Worker, which is this one right here. Again, I really like this one. I like the shoulders especially. And then you have this over version right here, which is the green version. And so again, we're not exactly sure how you will be able to get all these new appearances, but most likely you will be able to just do achievements or get them from a vendor. Then we also have some new versions of the base set from all the different dungeons in the War Within. And so this time, as you can see, this is this color scheme with the yellow crystals and the more gray armor. And so this is the plate version right here. Then we have the male version, which I think I really like the hood on this one. Then we have the leather version. Again, I think this one looks pretty cool. And finally, we also have the cloth version. Again, I think this one, especially the crown, looks super, super nice. And with that, we are also getting a lot of the new weapons. So again, these are all the different weapons we've had since the beginning, but just with this new color scheme. And so you will have some of them for all the different type of weapons, which again, I think is a pretty nice thing. And if you were into this type of weapons, then you will simply have more options right now, as you can see. And again, I really think some of them, especially for instance, this pole arm, looks really cool. So I'm not going to show you exactly all of them because there's a lot, but these are some of the main ones you will be able to get in this new patch. And we are also getting these different back pieces right here. So we have the Earthen backpack and also the Earthen suit stain work pack. So as you can see, these are these two backpacks right here. And we also have these different ones, of course, that go with the different sets that we just mentioned. And so again, most of these items will be from a vendor. We don't know exactly which vendor, but most likely, again, it will be something you will be able to buy for maybe the new currency on the Siren Isle, or also with some of the resonance crystals. We'll have to wait and see. And then this one will be from a quest. And so again, so far we don't know which quest exactly. And we are also getting one of these new appearances right here. So these are all the different cosmetic items you can get through so many different ways in the War Within. And we are getting this fourth tint right here, which again is the one with the yellow crystal and then the gray armor. And I think this one looks super nice as well. And finally, through the Siren Isle, you will also be able to get a Recolored version of these other cosmetics right here, which again are all these different ones that we were able to get before that. And so as you can see here, you will be able to get the black version, which I think looks pretty nice. And apparently also the yellow version, which is this one right here. And so I'm sure that many of you will be happy with that because these are all cosmetic items, which means that you can really use them on any of your characters. And they do match a lot all the different items that you can get in the War Within. So I think this is really nice. So after that, we have some new rewards that will be available with the Timewalking event for Cataclysm. So first, let's start with some of the different Recolored sets. And so here we have some of the original PvP sets from Cataclysm. So we have this one for plate characters. And again, normally any plate character will be able to use this. Then for male players, we have this one. And this one is, in my opinion, really cool. So the red version, I think, should have definitely been the elite version back in the days. But at least you will now be able to get it with the different Tamra badges. So this one is a clear winner, in my opinion. Then we also have this one for clove players. So this one, I'm not a big fan. This is a very interesting one. And then finally, we also have this one for lever players. And here again, I'm not really the biggest fan, but this one is already better than the clove one. Then you will also most likely get this tabard right here, which is the Explorers League Deep Home Expedition tabard. And then you also have the Reliquary tabard, which is this one right here. And over than that, for now, we don't really have a lot more items for this specific Timewalking event for Cataclysm. Okay, now let's talk about Mist of Pandaria Timewalking. And here we're also getting some pretty interesting rewards. So we're not getting some new sets, but I'm pretty sure they will add some later on. But for now, we just have cosmetic weapons, transmogs, and so these are the main things we're going to see. First, let's look at some of the new unique appearances. So first we have this two-handed mace right here, which I think looks really cool. And so as you can see, you have this like effect on the weapon. And so this one is called the Reforged Harmonic Mallet. And so again, I think this one looks really nice. Then we also have this shield right here, the Mogutian's Vault's Improvised Shield. And again, I think this is a really nice model. So remember, you will be able to buy all these different weapons and all these different items from the vendor when the Timewalking event will be up. We also have this one right here, which is another interesting shield. And so again, this one is called the Caravan Guard's Buckler. Then next to that, we have just a bunch of recolored versions of some of the other weapons. And here, it's nothing really too exciting because all these different weapons are things we already got in the past and also in Mist of Pandaria Remix. We also have this one right here, and I believe you can already get this one during the WoW 20th anniversary event, but it was also data mined as something new. And so again here, as you can see, we just have a bunch of all these different recolored weapons. We also have this one, and this one I'm not sure if we already have a similar weapon in game. Maybe we got one of them during the Mist of Pandaria Remix event, but I really like this weapon. This is a one-handed axe, and I think it looks really nice. Then next to that, we're also getting some interesting armor pieces. So here, for instance, as you can see, we have this kilt right here, the Gilded Shadowpan kilt. We also have these shoulders, which I think looks really cool, and these are cosmetic shoulders. So as you can see, you will be able to get that with any of your different characters. We also have these ropes right here. Again, I think this one is pretty nice. It's very similar to the different ones we got during the Mist of Pandaria Remix event. Then we also have this other one right here, which is just another color for this one. After that, we also have this really cool cosmetic hat, and this one will only be able to be used by Pandarans. And so I think this is very interesting. And this is a really nice one overall. So again, if you're playing on a Pandaren, then you will be able to get this cosmetic item. And finally, you will also be able to get two new tabards. So you have this one right here, which is the Corcoran tabard. And then you also have this other one, which is the tabard of the Pandaran Elder. And so as you can see, it will look like that. So if you like colors, you will be able to get a lot with this new tabard right here. Okay, now let's move on to what is the general Timewalking. So here this time we are getting some new ensembles, and these are recolored versions of the different sets you can craft with the different professions from What is the Genre. So you have the cloth set right here. This is a blue and gold variant. Then we also have the leather set, which is this time a purple/blue variant. Not a big fan of this one, but still this is an interesting one. Then we also have right here the male set, and so this one is an orange variant of the original one. And finally, we have the plate set, And for the plate set, we have again a little bit more of a yellow/gray one. So after that, we have some more weapons for what is the genre Timewalking. So we have a few of these different recolored weapons right here. So again, here, nothing really too interesting. We do have this mace that I think is new. And so this one looks pretty cool. Then we also have this one. Again, I'm pretty sure this one is new. And again, I really like this one with the different wolf symbols on them. Then after that, we have another record of this two-handed axe. We also have this one right here, the corrupting knot. Again, not a very interesting weapon overall. And then we just have two other tabards. So we have this one, the Ochanai one, which I think looks pretty nice. And then we also have the tattered ironwood tabard. And so here, as you can see, it will look like that. So these are all the new items so far that we know we will be getting in Timewalking for World of Genre. Now let's talk about Legion Timewalking. So here again, we are getting some new ensembles. So first we have this one for clove players. Again, these are only recolored versions of some of the existing sets in game. Then we have the lever set right here, which is a green variant. I think this one looks pretty cool. Then we have this one for male players. And so as you can see, you will be able to look like that. And finally, we also have this one that I already showed before, but I actually think this one will be linked to Legion. And so this is the plate set right here. And when it comes to the different weapons, we don't have many of them that I'm needed yet. So for now, we only have this staff right here. We also have this one-handed sword, which I think looks really, really cool. Then we also have this shield right here, which again, I think is very interesting. And finally, we also have this spear that I already showed in my previous videos. And so these are the only weapons that really we have for the Legion Timewalking event so far. We also have these new cosmetic items, the Arathi Champions gear. And so as you can see, we only have the helm and the shoulder so far. And these look really interesting. They're definitely themed after a little bit some of the different armor pieces we got so far in the War Within. I'm not sure if they're supposed to stay like that, and if they do, I think that's pretty cool. But again, so far we only have the helm and the shoulders, and they come in different colors. As you can see, we also have this other color right here, which is a little bit more dark. And again, I think, these armors are very interesting. And finally, we have this third color, which I think is the least interesting one. But again, we have, for now, these different items that are alone. And in terms of transmog items, I just have 3 more items to show you, and these are these different headpieces. So again, these are very similar to the other ones I just showed you. They have the Arathi symbol on them, and we have them in 3 different color schemes that match the other appearances. So again, I think this is very interesting. Not sure we will be able to get these ones, but they come alone so far. Finally, the 2 last things I want to show you are 2 new pets you will also be able to get. And again, here I made another video on all the new pets that will be added in patch 11.0.7. So if you're interested in pets, I would invite you to go watch the video. But we have first this one right here, which is a little like troll murloc, which I think looks pretty cute. And so as you can see, you will be able to get this little pet right here. And then we also have the Grunch that you will be able to get from the Wintervale event. And this one looks very nice as well with a little gift on his back. So again, these are the 2 new pets that are brand new. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these new items and if you're excited or not for patch 11.0.7. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you a great day. Bye!